Here is a view of the top 10 shareholders of Tesla stock, ranging from private firms to ETF funds like Vanguard. And guys, these are some large positions in the billions of dollars. So naturally, when there's any sort of selling within these top 10 firms, the stock experiences selling pressure. And here I've highlighted some names that have been selling some of their Tesla stock recently, but it's pretty evenly split between buyers and sellers in the top 10. Anyways, in recent days, we got headlines that Tesla's largest investor, Baillie Gifford, which is an asset manager based in the UK, sold some of their Tesla stock. Why did they sell Tesla stock? Do they see something coming here in Tesla stock in the near future and that's why they wanted to get out? Should we follow suit here? How does this change our investments? Guys, I'm going to answer all these questions in today's video. But first, I have to ask you guys a massive favor. These Tesla videos are very competitive and it's extremely difficult to rank on YouTube for these videos. So all I ask, guys, is you just hit that like button down below if you don't mind, and also share this with a friend who is also interested in Tesla stock. It helps the channel out tremendously and I truly do appreciate it, so thank you for that. Okay, so getting right into it, let's answer the main question. Why did the largest shareholder of Tesla stock sell some of their shares? To answer this, let's first look at how much stock they've actually sold. During the first half of this year until the end of June, they sold about 10 million shares as they took profits on the massive run the stock saw. But it's no secret how Tesla has done since July, up over 100%, and this again has triggered the firm to do more selling, and that's exactly what they did. They sold a few more million shares, bringing their ownership of over 6.32% of Tesla stock down to 5% of Tesla. And when you're an owner of billions of dollars worth of stock, a reduction from 6% to 5% does have a material impact on the selling pressure of the stock. So why did they sell? Do they see something bad coming here for Tesla stock? And should you and I also be aware of this and cautious about this? Well, despite what the media headlines may want you to think, this is simply a portfolio adjustment decision. In a statement from the firm, they say that the substantial increase in Tesla's share price means that they needed to reduce their holdings in order to reflect concentration guidelines, which restrict the weight of a single stock in a client's portfolio. In other words, there are rules, regulations, and restrictions in place that when they go over 5% ownership of a single stock in their holdings, they are essentially forced to sell some of their shares to bring down that position to under 5%, and that's exactly what they did. Because the share price has gone up so far so fast, it didn't give them much of a choice here and grew their ownership in the company quite significantly, and this left them in a position where they essentially had to sell some Tesla stock whether they like it or not, and that indirectly has had some negative impacts on the stock. The most obvious impact is that they're a large shareholder of Tesla, so when they sell, there's selling pressure, like I mentioned, but the key thing to note is that they've already announced that they've made these sales, which means the selling is already done and they've done it over the last few weeks or months or whatever that was. And as far as we know right now, they aren't selling anymore. So in my opinion, the recent selling that we've seen in Tesla stock is not due to this reason directly. In my opinion, I think what's driving some of the selling here is the fact that investors see that, largest shareholder of Tesla sold their shares and they go out and they panic sell as well, and that is what's contributing to some of the selling pressure right now. I don't know for a fact if that's true or not. We don't really know out in the market. There's so many factors that move a stock, but that's definitely something to consider. Also, the other big elephant in the room is the stock has moved up essentially vertically over the last few weeks. And like I covered in the video yesterday, I discussed how the stock is just way too stretched. And if you want to know my full thoughts on the share price today, check out that video. I'll link it in the description down below. So yeah, to the average investor, they go on CNBC or wherever and they see largest shareholder of Tesla sells their shares and they think, oh my gosh, if they're selling their shares and they're the largest shareholder, I should be selling my shares as well. And guys, that's poor reasoning for selling your position. But here's the thing, there's some good news here because the firm that actually sold, the largest shareholder of Tesla stock, is actually still very bullish on the company. In a quote, they state that they intend to remain significant shareholders of Tesla stock for many years to come, and they remain very optimistic about the future of the business, and they believe that Tesla no longer faces any difficulty in raising capital at scale from outside sources. But here's the best part. They say that if Tesla does see their share price decline in the coming, months, weeks, whatever it may be, they would welcome the opportunity to once again increase their position in the stock. I mean, you can't really get much more bullish than this. You have the largest shareholder of this stock come out and say, you know what, we had to sell some shares because of regulations. We had to get it under that 5%. So we did. But if the share price does decline in the future, we'll be more than happy to go back in and buy more stock. To me, that signals a perma bull here in Tesla, and clearly they've been right on this stock thus far, so they do see the vision in this company. And as a shareholder of Tesla, this actually does make me very excited about the future of the stock, because it tells me that, they're not selling on fundamental reasoning of the company or weakness in the company. They're just selling because regulations tell them they have to. Anyways, knowing this information, let's discuss what we should do, if we should be following in their footsteps here and selling some of our positions as well. Well, this is kind of something that I've been wrestling a little bit with over the last few months, and the reason is because Tesla stock, while I absolutely love the company, has become my largest position in my portfolio quite significantly, and those in my VIP membership group know this, and you guys have asked me in there if I plan to trim or sell or reduce my Tesla position. Well, luckily for you and I, there's no regulations in place for us to forcefully sell our stock, so I don't have to make a decision based on that. But in terms of portfolio management, there may be a case to put in front of me to say, you know what, sell some of your stock. So I did think about it. I did spend some time evaluating whether I do want to reduce my shares in Tesla, and the answer I came out with was no. I'm not going to sell Tesla stock. I'm going to continue holding Tesla stock, and while it is a large position in my portfolio, as I continue funneling money into this account, as I continue buying other stock, which I believe provide better value right now, and building up those positions, the size of Tesla in my portfolio will naturally reduce as I increase the other positions, and over time, I believe it'll balance out to a point which is much more reasonable to have in my portfolio. That being said though, if you are considering trimming your Tesla stock, or you've already done some selling in Tesla stock, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There's some pretty good profits that many of us have seen over the last year if you were an investor in Tesla stock from last year. And to realize some of those profits, can't fault you on that. Profits are profits at the end of the day. But one common strategy that many people don't think of is kind of just look to sell your principal investment maybe, and then just let the rest of it ride. So let's say you put $1,000 in Tesla stock and now that investment's doubled to $2,000. What you could go out and do, this is not financial advice, just saying there's a possibility of, what you could do is go out there and sell your principal investment, which is $1,000, and then let that other $1,000 just ride on house money. That way, there's no money that you've actually put in left in Tesla stock. You can just let that run for years to come, and then you can use that $1,000 to funnel it somewhere else, some other investment, or maybe buy back into Tesla stock if the stock price declines significantly. It's always important at the end of the day to be comfortable with your portfolio, the size of positions in your portfolio, and if you're not, that typically means you have to reevaluate your positions and figure out a strategy that works for you. But to me, guys, the fundamentals of Tesla have not changed. In fact, over the last few months, things have gotten even better for the company. I've gotten even more bullish on the company. I remember the last earnings report, absolutely phenomenal. And I think that the company is moving in the right direction here. And as a shareholder, I want to be around for the ride to see them go to a $1 trillion market cap at some point in the future. Also keep in mind that we do have Battery Day coming up, so that's expected to be another big event for the business, and they are expected to announce and discuss some groundbreaking technology that could bring hype back into the stock at that time. But until then, we have a few weeks until Battery Day, unless Musk comes out and tweets something that no one was expecting that could move the stock price significantly. We're probably going to see the stock continue to decline as it cools off from its massive run the last few months. And hey, if you've been waiting to get into Tesla stock, maybe this is an opportunity. The price right now of around $400 per share equates to around $2,000 per share post split. So if $2,000 a share was something you wanted to buy Tesla at before the split, you never got an opportunity to, this is your opportunity. The worst thing to do is actually regret missing out on a stock because you're waiting for that exact price point to buy in. And guys, this is kind of a given opportunity here. And if you feel Tesla is a good value at these prices, here is your chance. Personally, I'll be waiting for prices in the mid to low 300s, which equates to, $1,500 or so post split, which is expensive still, but I would consider buying more shares in my portfolio if it hits that price. And if I do that, those in my VIP membership group will be the first to know. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to invest positively, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.